Very chatty.
Yeah, I can see that. Right. Good evening, dumb folks. Welcome to online Pali reading class day 21. So before we get started, shall we respect the Buddha? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Okay, so we will be looking at another section, I would say 2 stanzas from the Tirokuḍḍa Sutta. Tirokuḍḍa Sutta is more about how to understand Jnati Petas, I would say departed relatives. And in today's 2 stanzas, we will be looking at one very specific, I would say the most specific activity we do to give merits to the departed ones. It's about transferring merits, and you may see within these 2 stanzas that there's much emphasis on water. How does the water flow with regard to the departed one's activity? So let's take a look. First, our pronunciation part. Unname udakang vattang yatha ninnang pavattati eva mevang ito dennang petanang upa kappati. Once again, unname udakang vattang. Some Burmese translations go by vuttang, but normally we say vattang. Unname udakang vattang yatha ninnang pavattati eva mevang ito dennang petanang upa kappati. Has anybody ever heard this stanza before? Anywhere?
No, Bhante, never heard of.
You should have heard. When the devotees are transferring water, pouring water, monks are reciting this. Before you say idam me jnati nang hum.
Yes, yes.
Yatavari vahapura paripurinti sagara eva me veto dinna petan. Now, when you are pouring water into the empty cup, they are chanting this and the other stanza. Right?
Yes.
If you can closely observe what they are reciting. Okay, so then let's ask our groups to recite. First, group 1. Right? Yes, who would like to read? Group 2. Oh.
Yes.
Susanna, are you from group 2?
Hello.
Okay, go ahead. I will give the chance to Kim later. Is that okay? Okay. Okay, Susan.
Thank you.
Yes.
Uname. Yes, me.
Yes.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
Susan, yeah.
Uname, udakam, vatam, yata, ninam, pavatati, evanem, evamenvam, ito dinam, upakapati.
Petana upakapati. Petana upakapati.
Oh,
You have a,
petan.
you have a different text that you are using?
This is what I printed from the message you sent.
Oh, okay. Okay. Petana upakapati.
Petanam upakapati.
Upakapati. All right. Then group 3.
Upakapati.
Upakapati.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Group 3. Someone from group 3.
Bhante, can I try?
Yeah, yes, Corina.
Uname udakam. Sorry. Uname udakam wantam.
What tongue?
Watang. Yata minam watat.
Ninnang. Kata ninnang.
Yata ninam watati. Evame vam ito dinam petanam upakapati.
Great.
Thank
Then
you.
group 4. Kebion, yes.
Yes, thank you, Bhante. Uname udakang watang. Yata ningnang pavatati. Eva me vang ito dinang. Petanang upakapati.
Great. Group 5.
Thank you.
Melinda, yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Udame, udakam, vatam. Yata, ninang, pawatati, eva mewan, ito dinang. Petanan, upakapati.
Okay, so here it is not just what tongue. I put like this. Okay, now in Pali we have vatta. Vatta. What is this vatta?
Cloth.
This one is cloth. This is cloth. But here you see 2 dots. Then it's vatta. So vatta means what you call rain. Right? Rain.
Okay, rain. Rains.
This could be vutta or vatta. Right?
Okay.
But this is if you don't have these 2 dots, that is vatta. So unnami udakam vattang, not vattang.
Okay.
Unnami udakam.
Udame, udakam, wattam.
Mhm.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. All right. Then group 6. Someone from group 6. Yeah. Full soup. Yes.
Name utakang watang. Yata nang pawatati. Ewa mewa ito tinang. Petana upakapati.
Eva me one.
Ewa mewang ito tinang. Petanang upakapati.
Yeah. Great. Then group 7. Yeah. Group 7. Yeah, group 7. And there's nobody from group 7, group 8. Group 8. Okay, CHL.
Okay, Bhante. Uname udakam watang. Yatan ninam pawatati. Ewa me wang ito dinang. Petanang upakapati.
Yeah, great.
Thank
Now
you.
I'm asking others if you want to read. I think we can start from Kim. Yes, Kim.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Unami udakang watang. Yatha ninang pavatati. Iwa mewang ito dinang. Petanang upakapati.
Yeah, great. And
Thank
then I saw TC Tang. You want to read before?
Yes.
Yes, please go ahead.
Uname udakam watam. Yatha ninang pavatati. Iwamevam ito dinam. Patanang upakapati.
Petana.
Petana
Petana. Upakapati.
upakapati.
Is this your first time to read TC Tang? I think so.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, good to hear from you. Okay, great, great. All right, now I'm going to be asking others. Jenny, please go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Uname udakang watang. Yatha ninang pawatati. Ewa mewang ito dinang. Petanang upakapati.
Yeah, great. And Oi,
Thank you, Bhante.
yes.
Uname udakang watang. Yatha ninang pawatati. Ewa mewang ito dinang. Petanang upakapati.
Great.
Thank
Then
you.
Ho Chu Wong, yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Uname udang watang.
Udakang.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I do again. Uname udakang watang. Yata ninang pawatati. Ewa mewang ito dinang. Petanang upakapati.
Great. And then
Thank
Annie,
you.
yes.
Yes, Bhante.
Yes, please go ahead.
Uname udakam vatang. Yatha nimang pavatati. Evam mevam ito dinang. Petanang upakapati.
Yeah, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Then Serene, please.
Thank you, Bhante. Uname udakam watam.
Not Watang.
Yata
Not Watang. Watang.
watang.
Watang.
Watang. Okay, I'll
Watta is okay. I think I told before
I'll
the
repeat
difference.
again. Repeat.
Yeah, for example, if you write like this is watta, but this one has te. You can see them here. Watta. Unname udakang wattang.
Bhante, I'll try again.
Yes. Yes.
Uname udakam watam.
Yes, yes, you are good. Yes, go ahead.
Yata ninam pavatati. Ewa me wang ito dinam. Petanang upakapati.
Great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Great. And then Chong Pakla.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Uname udakam vatam. Yatha minam havatati. Eva metam ito dinam.
Eva me one.
Eva me vam ito dinam. Petanam upakapati.
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
Then Rashmi.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Unname udakam vattham yatha ninnam pavattati evameva ito dinnam etanam upakappati.
Can you go again for these two lines? Eva.
Evameva ito dinnam etanam upakappati.
Upakappati. Good. And then we have Ike. Yes.
Bhante.
Yes. Go.
Unname udakam vatam yata ninam pavatati eva mevam ito dinam petanam upakapati.
Okay, great. Yes. Anybody else? Ah, Preeti. Yes. Yes.
Unna me udakang vattang yatha ninnanang pavattati
Yatha.
evameva yatha ninnanang
Not
pavattati
Ninna.
ninnanang.
No, there's no Ninna. You don't see this one here, right? No long A, right? There's only Ninnang. See?
Ninnang. Okay. Yatha ninnang pavattati evamevang ito dinnanang petanang
Again, I think you are
upakappati.
trying to add some long vowels. There is also just short vowel. Dinna, not Dinnana. Dinna.
Dinna.
Eva meva
Okay.
ito.
Ito dinna petanang
Dinna.
yeah, dinna.
Hmm?
Evamevang ito dinna petanang upakappati.
Would you like to go again?
Evamevang ito
No, the
dinna.
whole stanza.
Okay. Unname udakang
Vattang.
vattang yatha ninna pavattati evamevang ito dinna petanang upakappati.
Okay, good. Right. I think that's all right. Okay, so then we can move on to the next stanza. This stanza and all these stanzas have a lot of things to discuss. So we just simply go to read the next one now and then go back. This is the very famous stanza which monks chant while you are pouring water. After this stanza only they chant this one, Unname Udakam. You will notice that. But just because you learn this today, never ever try to chant together with the monks. The monks are supposed to chant this one. You just chant only. But what are you supposed to chant while you are pouring water? Idam me nyati nang hotva. That one is up to the monks. Okay. These stanzas are supposed to be chanted by monks, right? But just to understand what they are chanting. Yatha vari vaha pura pari renti sagaram. Again, the same one, eva meta. See? Eva mevang ito dinnang petanang kappati. Yatha vari vaha pura pari renti sagaram. Eva mevang ito dinnang petanang upakappati. All right, so we can ask from group 1.
Bhante,
Yes, Preeti.
I have one question.
Yes.
that there is in the sentence dinna, right? There is a anuswar after the yan.
Yes.
So
We have to
how
pronounce
means
it. Dinnang.
yeah,
Not dinna.
dinnang. Okay.
Dinnang. Eva
Okay.
me. See the anuswar. Then this should be dinnang. Right.
Okay.
Once again. Eva me vang ito dinnang petanang upakappati. Paripurenti sagarang. Right. So that anuswara, that nasal has to be pronounced. All right. So group 1.
Bhante, I try any.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yatha varivaha pura paripurenti sagarang evamevam ito dinnang petanang upakappati.
Good.
Thank you.
Group
Bhante.
2. Oh, Kim, let's go ahead.
Yata varivaha pura paripuranti sagarang eva mewang ito dinang petanang upakapati.
Great.
Thank you.
Group 3. Jenny, yes.
Okay, thank you, Bhante. Yata varivaha pura paripurenti sagarang eva mewang ito dinang petanang upakappati.
Good.
Thank you.
Great. And then group 4, I think beyond. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante. Yatha varivaha pura paripurenti sagarang eva mevang ito dinang petanang upakappati.
Okay, great. And group 5. Yeah, Melinda.
Nobody, I read. No?
Yes,
Yeah.
please go ahead.
Yatha varivaha pura paripurenti sakarang ewa mewang ito dinang petanang upakappati. Thank you. Thank you.
Group 6.
My try,
Yes,
Bhante.
Pretty, I will give you the chance after. Tisita?
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yatta varivaha pura paripuranti sagaram iwamewang ito didang petanang upakapati.
Great.
Thank you.
Then you are from group 6, right?
Yes.
Okay, group 7 then. Group 7, someone from group 7. If not, group 8. Yes, yes, Champla.
Thank you, Bhante. Yata varivaha pura paripurenti sagaram eva mevam ito dinam petanam upakapati.
Great, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes, and then others. If anybody wants to read, I will give the chance to Preeti first. Preeti?
Yes, Bhante.
Yes, let's go ahead.
Yata varivaha pura paripurenti sagarang eva mevang ito dinnang petanang upakappati.
Great.
Thank you.
We have Rashmi.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Yatha varivaha pura paripurenti sagarang evameva
ito dinang petanang upakappati.
Evamevang ito dinang.
Evamevang ito dinang. Right, Bhante?
Yeah, petanang upakappati. There is anuswara at the end of the evamevang and dinang and peta.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes.
Evameva ito
Evamevang ito dinang petanang upakappati.
Evamevang ito dinang petanang upakappati.
Kappati. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Then Suzanne.
Thank you. Yata varivaha pura paripurenti sagaram evamevam ito dinam petanam upakapati.
Great. Then
Thank you.
Oi.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Yatha vari vaha pura paripurenti sagarang ewamewang ito dinang petanang upakapati.
Great. Have Pochuva.
Thank you,
Yes,
Bhante.
Pochuva. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante. Yatha varivaha pura paripurenti sagarang evamevang ito dinang petanang upakapati.
Great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Have Seri.
Thank you, Bhante. Yatta vari vaha pura paripurenti sagarang evamevang ito dinam petanang upakappati.
Great.
Thank you, Bhante.
We have CHR.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Yatta varivaha pura paripurenti sagarang evamevang ito dinang petanang upakapati.
Okay. Great.
Thank you.
That's all. Are there any others who would like to read?
Bhante, can I try?
It's Corina.
Yata varivaha pura paripurinti sakaram ewa me vam ito dinam petanam upakapati.
Great.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay.
Bhante.
Who? Sapun? Yes.
Bhante, lagi Bhante. Yatha varivaha paripunti sakarang ewa me ito dinang petanang upakapati.
Okay. Great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. All right. I think that's all for the reading part. Now we are going to discuss the meaning of these two stanzas. Before all this, I wanted to say something about transference of merits in the form of water. I think a lot of people think this is a ritual, right? Not maybe, I would say some people think. Some people think this is a ritual. Actually, somebody told me, Bhante, we are not doing that because it is a ritual. Now you might see it is not a ritual. Why did the Buddha use water into the transference of merits here? So let's first see the meaning and then discuss such things after. First, unname. What is unname? Unname means, now where does the water normally come from? From high places.
Highland.
Highland. Say highland. Just as water that rains on high. Udakam. Udaka means
Water.
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 Udaka means
Water.
water. If you plan to go to India, it's good to remember these words. Udaka. People know Udaka means water. Jala. Jala or Udaka. Mat santike jala masti. In Sanskrit they say, I have some water. Jala. Jala or Udaka means water. Some people might not know what is water. Anyways, Udaka. Then here, what tongue? Now I told you before, this could go like foot tongue also. Same idea. Okay. Utta means, now in Pali we call Vutti. Vutti. What is Vutti? Vutti means, what does Vutti mean? Rain. Rain. Anybody remembers any place where you find Vutti in Pali Suttas? Vutti.
Rain in the right
In
season.
Dhammapada, one of the Dhammapada stanzas, Buddha says, Yataha garang ducchanna vutti samati vichati. When a house is not properly roofed, then the water rains or water comes to the house, comes into the house. Evang abhavitang chitta. When somebody has an uncultivated mind, then what happened? Rago samati vijjati. Lust will, I would say, all the negativities will come to that mind. Right? So the water or rain at that point is related to the, compared to the raga, lust. Right? When the house is ill-thatched, then the house is suffering from these rain waters. Right? What are the other places where you find Buddhi? Devo vassatu kalena sassa sampatti hotu cha pito bhavatu loko cha raja bhavatu dham. Have you ever heard this stanza?
Yeah.
Who is reciting this? Always at the end of the chanting.
Aspiration.
Right season, rain at the right season.
Let's see what it is.
Yeah, aspiration.
We can find some bits from that stanza. We will put it here. Devo Vasatu Kali. You can find this stanza from here. Just to, okay. It's over here. It's over here, right?
Yes.
You can see it. Devo Vasatu Kali. Devo means, who is Devo here?
The sky
Rain.
god.
Rain.
Rain Deva.
Rain.
Deva.
Actually,
Oh,
here
Deva.
Devo means,
From Deva.
Devo means
The
not
subject.
a god. Devo means rain. Another word for the rain is Devo. Now see the translation. That's why I'm telling you, this translation is in, may the sky god. Devo, if you can go for the Devo, you can see multiple meanings. Let's go to, you have to go to a Pali dictionary. You will see that Devo means rain. Devo Vasatu Kalena. That means may the rain rain at the right time. Okay. Do we like rain to rain all the time?
No.
Right? Sometimes it's
flood.
flooding
Because
and all the other issues are coming. Right? Sometimes people get sick because of heavy rains, pouring rain all the time. And then, here, Sabba Sampatti. Here actually Sassa Sampatti. It should be Sassa Sampatti. Sassa Sampatti. Yeah? Sassa means there's a small issue with the tools here. Sassa. Okay. Here, write it here. Sassa. Sassa means harvest. Sassa Sampatti Hetucha. That means may there be the harvest. Then Pito Bhavatu Lokocha. Pito. Who is Pito? Pito means prosperity, or I would say happiness. Basically happiness. May the whole world be happy. Raja Bhavatu Dhammiko. May the rulers become righteous. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring this is Devo. Devo is another word for the rain. Right? So here you can see Vutti. Vutti, or I would say Devo. In another place, I can get that to you. In the Tirokuḍḍa, it says Devo cha vassati. Devo cha galagalai. Devo cha vassa, Devo cha galagalai. What does it mean? Rain rains, and the rain flows. Rain flows like the galagala sound. When the rain is flowing on the floor, it flows like galagala sound. Who is saying this? An Arahant. An Arahant enjoys the rain. Can you enjoy the rain like that? Oh, correct. You know, I know this rain very well. So the Arahant is sitting in front of a tree, watching the rain, how the rain rains, and then how the water that is piled up, built up from the rain is flowing down. The sound is gala 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 sound. So he's enjoying the rain. If somebody is thinking here, Arahants do not enjoy the beauty. They enjoy better than us. To my understanding, they enjoy the nature, the beauty of the nature better than us, because they truly understand the nature. But for us, we have conceptualized. Rain is like this, noon is like this, sunlight is like this, moon is like this. We already have our applied meanings for the nature most of the time. So here, what we need to understand is Vutti or Devo means rain. So you will today, Deva is a word for rain. And then Vutti, this word, this is also another word for rain. Now, Udakang, water, what do you call the water that comes from rain, what do you call, which has actually which has received those waters from the highlands, just as water that rains on high. Unname means highland. Yatha ninnam pavattati. Ninna means if Unname is highland, then Ninnam means
valley.
Valley, plateau. What are the other words? That flows down to the bottom.
Cliff.
Valley, plateau, maybe a lowland. If it is a highland where the water comes from, this is the lowland. What happens? Yata ninnam pavat flows down to the plains from the highlands. Eva mevang ito dinna. In this way, ito dinna, the good karmas given from here. Ito dinna, petana upakappati. Support the, upakappati means support the Jnati Peta, departed Petas. Now, what do you think why the Buddha picked up this water that comes from highland onto the lowland? Because we know that it definitely flows down to the bottom. It will not go anywhere unless there is a barrier, right? Unless there is a barrier to go somewhere else. But finally, it has to go to the bottom. Now, there is one Pali word where we understand by patisota. Patisota gami, which means now entering into the Sotapanna attainment or the Dhamma path is like going upstream. It doesn't mean water goes upstream. It means that your journey is as going upstream.
Against the
not,
stream? Bhante, is it against the stream? Like your Pakistan?
Yeah, we call it against the stream, but it doesn't mean that the water goes up. It will never happen. It means that the nature of your Dhamma journey is going against the normal social norms.
Thank you.
Because normal social norms are telling us to go down. Go with the flow. That is what people ask us to do. Go with the flow. Otherwise, you will be stuck. You'll be a fish out of the water. But you are trying to do, by being pro-social with other people, in a way, you are going upstream. Upstream in terms of the social norms. Because you are trying to understand your Sakkaya Ditthi problem. You are trying to understand your Vicikiccha problem. You are trying to understand your Silabbata Paramasa problem. So they are going against the social norms, going against the social currents, right? So the reason is that water definitely touches down. Well, what can we learn at this point? Now let's talk about the pouring of water at the time of merit transference. I think all of you do that, right? When you are doing a dana in a temple or anywhere, when monks come to your house at the time of merit transference, you are trying to bring a jug of water, an empty cup, and a plate. You put the empty cup on the plate, and then you are pouring the jug of water into the empty cup. Can somebody tell me what is happening over here? What does this symbolize? Oh, are you doing just because this is the tradition? Because monks ask you to do it. What does this activity mean?
Transfer of merit.
Transfer
the merit to the...
Yeah, we know that. But what does the jug of water, empty cup, plate, what do these things mean?
Overflowing of merits. Overflowing of merits.
It represents the water from the sky, from the jug in the cup. Then may your happiness, joy, or whatever good merits be contained in the empty cup. The empty cup will contain the happiness and will receive.
I think it's not yet very much clear. Anybody else?
The cup represents the departed one. You pour the water.
Very closer to the symbolization. Yes. Anybody else?
Bhante, the water actually represents the merits that we have acquired, and the cup is the departed relatives who receive the water, the merits, and
no. What does the initial cup mean? Cup has no water now. Jug of water, you call it merits. Now the cup is empty now. What does cup mean? Interesting, huh?
Is it the departed one, Bhante?
Because we don't know where the departed one was born now, reborn now. Right? Do we know where he was born? She was born, reborn? We never know. But we know definitely he was reborn. The empty cup means the life of that particular person. And then as Serene said, the jug of water means good karmas you've been doing up to that moment by doing dana or whatever, listening to a Dhamma talk or whatever. You are pouring into the cup, then you are going to make sure that the cup is going to overflow with the jug of water and making sure that my relative receives enough good karmas. On your side, we don't know whether it is happening really on his side or her side, right? I think I gave some Dhamma talks about it. It depends on the place of the rebirth of that person. It depends on his ability, her ability to come and receive. Maybe if not, it will take some time for that relative to receive good karmas. But anyways, you are doing your responsibility. That is important to you. So you are pouring water. Now it's clear. What does jug of water mean?
Transfer of merits.
What does jug of water mean?
Transfer.
The good karmas
Karma.
you've been creating up to that moment.
Yeah.
Your own good karmas by that point. Giving a dana or whatever good karma. Empty cup means?
The departed ones.
Departed one's life.
The new life.
Unidentified. We don't know where he or she was reborn. Then the pouring the water means you are giving good karmas to that person's life because you are pouring into the cup. And once you finish pouring into water, then what will happen to the water? What do normally monks ask you to do with that water?
Onto the trees.
Flower pot.
Are they asking you to throw into your sink?
No.
No. He said that you bring it outside, pour into a tree. This is the usual way how we are supposed to give good karmas. Now we don't find in the text that we need to do this water transference, what is water pouring the water thing. But if you look at these two stanzas, it is very much clear that the Buddha talks about water in talking about the transference. So I think it is not bad. It does make sense. So I told you before, this pouring the water activity was started from Thailand, like Jayamangala Gatha, Bahum Sahasamabhini. It's a Thai tradition, but it's good. It makes sense. Because I always believe that not many people can do what you call mental things with regard to the merits, right? So we need an activity to do, like pour in the water and you feel something happen. Because people always think when somebody passed away, I have to go to the cemetery, I have to go do something to this person's tombstone area, right? You're always trying to do a physical connection to the departed one. That is what happens. Even when somebody separates from you, you are always looking at the sentimental, physical things. Your mind is naturally drawn into the physicality. So that's why I think this pouring the water thing is important, I think. Because anybody can then understand if they know this is why we are doing it. Yes, Preeti, you have a question?
Yeah, Bhante, I have one question in my mind. These rituals, the water pouring and transferring merits, we see in this Sutta Tirokuḍḍa, but the same Sutta we see, I don't know the Sutta name, that Ajatasattu requested Buddha to do some rituals for his father. So Buddha refused him not to do that. So how can we correlate this Sutta? Because Buddha said very clearly, whatever his father earned the means punya, that will help him. Merely Buddha means Buddha cannot help in that. So how can we correlate these two suttas?
I want to know the other sutta. Are you talking about Janavasabha Sutta?
No, not Janava Sutta. The story was Ajasattu's father was died, and he was
killed.
very
Not died.
yeah,
He was killed by
he
Ajatasattu.
killed his father, and he requested Buddha to means do some puja to help his father. So Buddha refused to do that.
I haven't heard this particular story this way. What I understand is that Bimbisara.
I'll share you the video clip.
Better to share the text. Yeah, better to share because this is an important point. So,
yeah,
what we understand is King Bimbisara was a Sotapan.
Yes, right.
You know that?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
He was a Sotapan, but he became a what you call Yakka, Jana Vasaba Yakka. But Sotapannas cannot keep Yakka form. Must be a good person, good non-human. So the kind of the point that you are making is that Buddha did not want Ajasatta to do good karmas. I don't think if there was a request as
Actually,
such.
the story was he told that king bring 2 pots, one pot filled with ghee and one pot filled with pebbles. And he asked the king cover that 2 pots with cloth and told him to hello.
Yeah, I think Preet, it's better to look at whether this is Attakatha, Pali commentary, or Pali text, because we don't find this mostly in the Pali canon, what you call Nikayas. This could be a Pali commentary, Pali Attakatha about a certain sutta. But I think don't worry about it, because if you look at the mainstream Nikaya suttas, you will see that Buddha clearly asks us to give merits of the departed. There's no prevention. There's no asking to stop that activity. That is our custom, right? That is how we understand merit transfer. It could be in the form of mentalizing, wishing my departed ones receive good karmas. It could be, as we know, by pouring the water. So that is what we understand. I don't think anywhere in the text Buddha has prevented anybody who is going to give good karma. Say you don't need to do it or whatever. Because it's our responsibility.
Yeah, I will try to find that story.
Yes, please.
The
Yes.
reference.
Let me know the text exactly, then I can give you a really valid point here. Yes, Sumita?
Yes, Bhante, may I clarify a question about when we going to offer dana to the Sangha, so we know that we are creating merits. So whether we have to pre-inform our departed relatives about receiving the good karmas from us?
No need. They are watching what you're doing.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
They know what you are doing.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. You don't have to inform them. They know. They are watching what you are doing. I think we discussed that some time ago.
Yeah.
And don't worry. Don't worry that somebody is watching you in your house, but they are watching what you do, especially if you are doing a good karma. They are watching whether you are giving good karmas or not. Remember the first stanza. They are saying, the departed ones are saying, when they are living people are eating, maybe giving a lot of food to somebody, a lot of them don't think about us.
Yeah.
That means they are watching what they are doing, when they are, let's say they are making a lot of food in their kitchen. Maybe they are bringing them into somewhere. Maybe they are bringing them into a party. They are watching what they are doing with this food, because they don't have food to eat in their own way. So they are really aware of what you are doing. You don't need to inform. There's no need to pray for. Yes, Corina?
Yeah, Bhante, I just want to ask, normally should we pour water as transfer of merits, but like the Chinese, the Mahayana, when they do, they don't pour merits, they don't pour water, they just chant. So for our Theravada side, is it compulsory that we should pour water when we do the transfer?
I don't think that we have to go by Theravada and Mahayana. Buddha is neither Theravada nor Mahayana. Then why do we want to put us into Theravada or Mahayana? These are schools that have been coming down to today. Let's say Buddhist. I normally ask people, why I am doing this class? Teach you the early Buddhism, Pali Buddhism, real true Buddhism, not the Theravada Buddhism, not the Mahayana Buddhism.
Okay.
Let me tell you. If you say Mahayana traditions, in Mahayana tradition, they don't do something like this. It means they are ways little higher than us. You always think mentalizing what you do, not doing a physical activity, should be a higher thing. Let's say, for example, I will give, let's say there is a certain ceremony coming up. Then you have some choices. Either you can grab a candle, light a candle and put it some. Somebody say, I don't need the candle. I can wish very well without the candle. Somebody might say, I don't want to come to the site, temple or wherever. I do it at my home. Now, what does this mean? Everybody's potential in doing such good things are different. But when everybody grabs a candle and then light it and then put it somewhere, they feel a different vibe in that case. So I feel the reason why most of the so-called Theravada schools, they are, asking this to do physically, I feel like it is helping many people to understand what they are doing. Now, unfortunately, lot of people are not explaining this. A lot of speakers are not saying why we are doing this water transference, water pouring. They don't exactly say what is water, what does empty cup mean, what are you doing. They are not explaining them. So people don't know. People, okay, we just do it as a ritual. That is unfortunate. But I think this activity is still good. Because I always believe people who go to the temple, they don't go to the temple for one purpose. Someone might go to the temple only to do a puja and then come back home. Someone might go to the temple to listen to a Dhamma talk. Someone might go to the temple just for a cultural reason. Right? So there are different people who go to the temple. So in the same way, I understand in Buddhism, when certain activities are introduced, not everybody is picking up those activities in the same way. Maybe this is good for everybody. Any ordinary person can pick up why we are doing it. Mahayana, they have a different philosophy. They are approaching the liberation from a different point. Now they are not eating meat. They are saying everybody has to try to become a Buddha, Samma Sambuddha, right? And they have their own ways, which we cannot say that they are higher than Theravada. I mean, there are different avenues to touch the liberation. But for me, don't become a Theravada person, don't become a Mahayana Vajrayana person, become a Buddhist. That is what you are supposed to.
At least we to understand the meaning of of transfer of merits using.
Yes. Now today you learn that what does jug of water mean, what does the cup mean, what you are doing, and after why do we need to throw it to a tree? It is said that these petas can come and receive the good karma, so you don't need to pour into your sink. So you pour into a tree outside. They can literally come and take them. All right. So let's get back to our lesson. Okay, so here, now you understand about this highland and the lowland. The water that was rained onto the highlands, they come down to the lowland. In the same way, good karmas that you are giving to the departed one will go to them. Precisely. This is what we understand. Second stanza. Yata vari vaha pura. Paripurenti sagar. Eva me vaito dinnam petanam upakappati. Couple words to understand here. Vari. Vari vaha means, what is vari? Now in Pali we call vari to be lake. Vari to be lake. Now here it comes river. Right? Yata vari, just as the rivers, pura, when the rivers are full. How are rivers becoming full? Because of excessive rain, water, right? Then sagara. Sagara means, what is sagara?
Ocean.
Ocean. Sagara means ocean. Do we have another word for ocean in Pali? What are the other words for ocean?
Samudra.
Samudra. Samudra is another Pali word. Then Annevar. Samudra, Annevar. There are many Pali words for ocean. Now what happens when the rivers are full? Those waters, they are flowing onto the sea, and then they swell the ocean seas, right? This is another simile, right? When the rivers are full, then definitely such additional waters, they are going into the sea, and then the sea is getting those waters. This happens, right? Otherwise, what will happen to the rivers? Rivers will flood. Right? They will flood into the houses, maybe the areas
to the land, flooded the land, flood
the land, and because they are not going into the sea. In the same way, just as how the rivers that were full with additional water go into the sea, in the same way, good karmas you have been giving to departed ones will go to them. See, here, lowland at that point mean departed one. Here, ocean means the departed ones. So these are two similes to understand how the water, how the good karmas go to the departed ones. Now, isn't it interesting to see water as a word to understand the nature of the good karma? Isn't it interesting? Does water have a shape? No.
No
if the water goes to the mug, it takes the shape of the mug. If it goes to the swimming pool, it takes the shape of the swimming pool. If the water goes to another something, water takes the shape of that particular object. That means, does your merit or do your merits have a certain shape? No. So it's always consistently flowing, and it has the ability to flow onto others. There's certain fluidity happening all the time. So good karmas are like water all the time. So that means you can transfer good karmas to other people. So this is the idea of these two stanzas of the Tirokuḍḍa Sutta. That means water has been compared to the good karmas. Can you give bad karmas as transferring transference to the departed ones? Can you? That's a good question, right? Now a lot of people, they do good karmas and then they wish, may all the good karmas go to my departed. Can you give bad karmas also to them?
Yes.
Can you can give good, in other words, bad also can. But,
no, if good can be given, bad should also be able to be given, right?
Yeah. Bhante, sorry, Bhante, I just want to wonder, but what we understand is when the merits cannot be transferred because whatever you created, the merits, you are the one that going to enjoy the good fruit lah. So unless the departed they rejoice, that's where their mind is elevated and then they are free from the suffering. That is what we were told. They must rejoice.
That thing we don't know. Whether departed one can get or not is not our scope to understand. Merits are transferable. Merit must be given to others. How do we give to other people? Whenever we release the ownership of the good karmas, then they are going to the person we are wishing for. Now, if I ask any one of you, how are the merits going to some others? Now, you say transference of merits is not possible. Then what do we mean by punyanumodana in the Pali text?
They say is the merits is been, what is that? They use the word as dedicate. you dedicate the merits, but you cannot share because cannot transfer, but you dedicate to them.
Punyanam, now we see even in many suttas, even in this sutta, Buddha talks about giving good karmas to others. Of course, transference is a form of dedication. I think you should not struggle with the English words.
Okay, splitting hairs.
This is a problem with the English words. What we need to understand is something has to go from us to the other person. Why don't we call it a transference? Because if it is not transferable, why are we doing such? They are transferable. But how are they going to be? Now, I think the problem is some people think that the proper word for punyanumodana is not transference. Maybe the dedication. I don't think we have any issue with that. What we understand from Pali, go to the Pali text, go to the Pali suttas. Suttas clearly say that making good karmas and giving good karmas, I would say transferring, because if you are not transferring, that means you are keeping the ownership of those good karmas. You are not giving to other people. So once you think I want to give to somebody, I'm going to transfer. It is like a land. When you have a land, let's say you want to give it to somebody as inheritance, what are you going to do? You are going to transfer the deed to that
ownership.
person.
Yeah.
Yes, you are transferring that deed. Right?
Yes.
Same thing. If you have an ownership of a car, house, you are transferring. So I think the problem some people are having is not the true idea of the Pali text, but a local idea, cultural idea of the English word. That is the issue. So we don't have to struggle with that. English Buddhism is always struggling to many people unless they don't know the Pali text. So definitely merits should be transferable. We have transfer. Otherwise, those departed beings will not be able to get. And now if you make a point, transference is not the possible word because we don't know whether they can get it or not. It is our scope. It is not up to us. It is up to them. We have to do it as a responsibility. Do we know whether our Jnati, departed one, was reborn in hell as an animal? We don't know. If he or she was reborn as an animal, he or she cannot get it now. Right? So for us, what we are doing is we need to wish, may these good karmas be transferred to this particular person, or maybe anybody else in my sansaric life. That is how we understand giving good karmas to the departed one. Simply we call it transference.
Bhante,
yes.
May I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Today's we're talking about the water. Use the water to transfer the merit to the departed one.
We talk about two things. Water is similar to the merit.
Yes.
And pouring water is also similar to the transfer of some. So there are two things we discuss.
Yes. So such action, is it only Sangha can do it on behalf of us, or we can also visualize and do it?
You are supposed to do everything. This Sangha are supporting you. Now I'm always telling why Sangha is going to give you 5 precepts. You have to take your 5 precepts at home. But normally we have an idea, we have to get all these good things from somebody higher than us in Sila, right? So then we feel good. Let's say you go to the temple, monks come out to your house. Sangha has more Sila than us. So we get Sila from them. That is one idea. Now, even, your question, can we do it by ourselves? Why not? Yes, you are doing a good karma. You are pouring into. But then the issue here is that normally we are pouring water within a certain ceremonial activity, right? We do it within a certain ceremonial activity. You can make your own ceremony. You can customize your own ceremony. But Normally we are asking monks to come over to your house and then they are asking to do, or we go to the dana place in the temple and then monks are asking us to do it. But except the ceremonial part of that activity, there is no such thing you can do by yourself. It is your mind that you really want to do it. If your mind really telling you to do it, just do it. It's good.
Thank you. Understand. Good. Bravo, bravo.
Bhante, Yak here. I got a question to ask about this transfer of merit. Should it be in the order of Sabbe Deva, Sabbe Buddha, and Sabbe Satta?
Is there an order to give good karmas by the category of the non-humans?
Yeah.
Are you asking so?
Yeah. Because I saw some books, they come with a Satta first and then Buddha.
Yes, there is a point. The point here is, first we are going, now Pali stanzas, they were actually, some of the stanzas were created by later scholars and monks. Ittavata Chammehi, and so on and so forth, Akasattacha Bhummatta, and so on and so forth. Now normally, once we given good karmas to the departed ones, then we are sharing good karmas with the living beings. Right? We are sharing with the living beings. Even when you phone someone that evening, hello, I gave a dana to this temple, I'm happy about it, and you are sharing that happiness. You are sharing with them also. They have mudita. If they have mudita, they will be happy too. If they don't have mudita, how come you gave dana without me? You should have asked me to go to the temple, right? Problems with the mudita, right? But if they say, oh, such a good thing, I'm so happy about that, right? And then Deva, Naga, Mahittika. Deva, then Naga, and all the other Mahittikas. Don't have to worry about an order, but normally the order is departed ones, and then the living beings and the non-humans.
Okay.
That is how we have to look at it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, this is Annie.
Yes, Annie.
About sharing of merits. Now we talk about departed relatives, and just now Bhante also state that it can also share merits with the living ones. Example, it doesn't matter if they are sick or they need it or they are in trouble, as long as we intentionally wants to share with
No,
them.
we don't know what they are doing. So
Yes.
how do we know what they are doing? And yeah,
So how do we share with a living being? Like
living being, yes. Okay. What is the nature of our merit? Happiness. How do you know whether you did the good karma? Good karma or merit? Your happiness. Every time you think about it, you are happy about it. Right? You are happy. You are having a good amount of happiness about that particular activity. Not like you go to a restaurant, eat by yourself and come back home, I ate from this restaurant, thinking about it. When you offer it to somebody, you feel that happiness. So then that happiness can be shared with the living beings and transferred to the departed ones normally. I don't think there is an issue in these words, transference, dedication, sharing. But what you are doing is you are giving it to other people. You are sharing with other people. One way is that you can think about those people around you. May the good karma I've been doing today be shared by my friends who is going through a health problem, who is going through a bad situation these days, whatever. So you can wish that way, right? Sometimes those people can feel it if your wish is so powerful. Or you can later on talk to them. You can discuss with them, I did this good karma. So that way you are doing such. And now today's world, many people are sharing good karmas on Facebook before sharing in their mind. Right? Even the dish that they offer, everything they share. They have an idea. If I do not share on Facebook, the merits are not going to be shared. How come? It's a little funny. But anyways, so they share it. So 500, 600, 700 people in the friendly see, oh, good karma. They feel happy about it. That is one modern way to share good karma. You know, you see that this lady went to the temple today, offered these danas to them. Maybe there is a Dhamma talk also recording. Be happy. So there are many ways to share. The best way is to wish first, then you can talk to some, let other people know. Then other ways of, you know, what you call, it's not the publicizing, I would say sharing with the right people. Because there are some other people who are doing good things and they want to promote them. That is what we call by man. Don't do that, because you are doing a good thing and you are creating bad karma. Right? You may share on your Facebook, but you know, sharing has to be done in a very careful way without creating any man. Because mana is not a good thing.
Conceit.
Intoxication. Conceit. Mother is intoxication and mana is conceit. You are conceited by the good karma. So you can share in many ways. First wish, then discuss, then share within a personal public space so that other people can enjoy, I would say, rejoice in those good karmas. So I think I could not discuss with you about that bad karma. So we only talk about good karma can be transferred to the departed ones. Yes, nobody is giving bad karma to the departed ones. Yes. What about bad karma? Do people think about by doing bad karma? Are they sharing bad karma with other people? Yes, they do. When they gossip, they phone the other person. I gossip about those such bad people. They share in the gossiping people, you know. Bad karma, and they will be affected also after that. I think people share bad things with other people all the time by engaging in a phone conversation, maybe emailing, maybe discussing. Better be very careful. So that means only good things need to be shared, transferred. Our mind has to be trained to that level. Otherwise, we may have some distorted thoughts. Any other questions for today about this? Especially we discussed today, merit is compared to water, and pouring of water compared to the transference of merit. And these are not just what you call, you know, un-Buddhist practices. They are really practices backed by the Buddhist suttas. That is what I want to say. Because people who might think that merit transference in the form of water is a ritual is not a good idea. It is a part of our practice. Now, when somebody told me this somewhere, I told, Bhante, we only do meditation, this water transference is a ritual. I said, really? Who said so? Oh, that is what we were told. I said, what is the basis of talking like that? Have you read about these suttas? As a devotee, it is your responsibility to give good karmas to your departed ones. It is not a ritual. There are so many rituals you do in front of a tombstone, graveyard, cemetery. But this is a part of your Buddhist practice. Show your gratitude. Show your compassion to your departed ones. Right? If you are not practicing gratitude, you will never practice any Dhamma. Why? This is the first lesson Buddha taught us. How did the Buddha show us gratitude lesson to us?
The first week after his enlightenment, Bhante, Buddha spent 1 week gazing at the Bodhi tree to show his deep gratitude.
Yeah, second week.
Has shouted him.
Second week, he showed his appreciation to the tree. Yeah, what is the purpose of looking at the tree without blinking? What is that purpose? Somebody might say this is a ridiculous activity. What did he show to us? Be
He's so
grateful to
grateful.
everything you have in your life. Count your blessings. Always count your blessings. Count your blessings of people around you. Count your blessings on your Dhamma journey. Count your blessings on your Kalyana Mittas. Always appreciate. Then your Dhamma journey will become very flowing, consistent, inspired. So giving good karma to departed one is also one way of showing what you call enormous gratitude to the people. Now just imagine, in the Singalovada Sutta, Buddha says to sons and daughters, if your father, mother already passed away, he said to us that it is a responsibility of you to give good karmas to your departed father and mother. Because the neighbor is not going to give good karmas to your father. Somebody else will not give good karmas to your father, mother. And every mother, every father, if they are Buddhists, they're having this thought, when I pass away one day, may my children give good karmas to me. Such a very innocent thought. So we have to do it. Then how come this become a ritual then? Huh? If the Buddha said so, how come this merit transfer will become a ritual? It is not a ritual at all. It is a part of our main practice, giving good karmas. All right. Any more questions about today?
Sorry, Bhante.
Question.
I have a question, but maybe not related to this one. It just crossed my mind. Is bathing the Buddha with water, is it a ritual? Because there's sometimes temple will do,
Bathing
the Buddha statue. Yeah.
Usually during
not Buddha, right? The Prince Siddhartha's
Prince Siddhartha. Yeah, baby Buddha, they say.
Well, I think this can be a ritual. I would call it. It's a ritual because we don't have it in the text as such. I think what they are doing is they are trying to. I think it's coming from a Mahayana practice basically, but now it has become a part of some of the Theravada practice, especially for the Vesak, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
On the Vesak day, they are doing that. So, yeah.
Bhante, do you know what is the meaning?
A meaning, yes. Yeah. Meaning, the things that happened to the Prince Siddhartha's birth time are recorded in a sutta called Acharya Abbuddhadhamma Sutta in the Majjhima Nikaya. In this sutta, it is said that once the Bodhisattva is reborn, especially not conceived, come out of the mother's womb, then he is showered with a showered with cold water and also hot water by the devas. Now, normally, if a new baby is born, you are not going to shower with cold water and hot water, right? It is not going to work for them. I think the baby will die if that happens. But the bodhisattvas are showered with hot water and cold water. Primarily, in my understanding, the four guardian deva. Tataratta, Viruddha, Virupakka, Vesavana. I think showering the baby bodhisattva that way should come from that activity. But I think we can't do that. How come we going to shower the baby bodhisattva? We are not allowed to do that. Unenlightened beings. It is supposed to be done by the four guardian devas. Normally, when the bodhisattva is come out of the mother's womb, four guardian devas cannot receive. Only the Brahmas from the 5 pure lands. They go there. They are the ones who receive the bodhisattva and they pass the bodhisattva onto the hands of four guardian deva. Okay, at that point, there are 2 showers happening to the bodhisattva, cold and hot water. I think this could be the elements of this showering. This is what I can say.
Okay, thank you,
It's not done by us. It is done by it is done by normally the four guardian devas. But anyways, I think that has a certain value in other ways. people like to go to the temple. I think this is what they do normally when they go to the temple for Vesak. I think the initial main thing is that they are showering the baby Bodhisattva.
Yeah, and they can collect a lot of donations. The queue is so huge that they have to put 5 booths, more than 5. So many people come. They love doing the thing and make aspiration.
Yes. I think originally it was done as such, but this could be a ritual. How the temples run, there are ceremonies. So
yeah,
we cannot blame anybody, but this is how it has been happening. Yeah. We can take one more question.
Bhante, is it for cleansing our defilements by bathing the baby Buddha?
I don't think
in order to purify our defilements, why we want to shower the baby Bodhisattva?
Yeah, not that way. We have a way. We know how to purify the mind. That's not the way to purify the mind. Wrong.
I mean,
wrong view.
Now it has been a ritual. We could think so, as Melinda Chan said. Let's apply that meaning. But normally we don't have to shower any Buddha statue or any baby Bodhisattva to purify our defilements.
Yeah.
Our defilements have to be overcome, purified by us in our own ways. We should not trouble anybody.
Correct.
So then every time I have defilements, I have to go to baby Bodhisattva and then shower baby Bodhisattva. No, today I'm good. Tomorrow also I'm good. That's not going to work, So it's us who have to make a goal, how I'm going to plan myself today. But once in a while, maybe on Vesak Day, we all go. You may go and you can do it. I think that is a social norm.
Intention also.
Yes.
But we must know a defiled mind cannot be purified by that way. That we really know.
We have certain things to understand. That is why we are learning all these things. So
yes.
Purification is upon us. So it is not upon the Buddha. Especially if you bring up this showering the baby Bodhisattva, I think it's a ritual. Definitely it's a ritual. So this tradition has been maintained by Mahayana Theravada temples at the moment now for Mahayana. So we should not need to be very much worried about it. Normally, this showering has to be done by 4 guardian devas. But just because of that, do not boycott this kind of a ritual. Just go to the temple, be a part of your temple community, get together, because there are different ways to get together in the temple, right? I mean, I know anyways you are practicing your meditation, anyway you are practicing your Noble Eightfold Path, so you are not left out. Okay, Seri, with your question, we're going to wrap this up. Seri.
Bhante, it's a very small question. I got confused. Like, actually, what is the definition in Buddhism? Definition of ritual in Buddhism. Like you say that the pouring of water is not a ritual, but the bathing of the baby Buddha is a ritual. But it's also an activity, and then there is also an activity. So I got confused really about ritual.
Okay.
Thank you, Bhante.
So the yardstick, I would say, the determinant, or maybe how to say one activity is ritualistic, one activity is okay, is based on the Sutta text. None of the Sutta texts talk about to shower a baby Bodhisattva, maybe a Bodhisattva. We only see Bodhisattva's wonders in one Sutta or other places, because the transference of merits in the form of water, it is acceptable as a textually friendly thing, because now today you learn how the Buddha related good karmas to water. So it is acceptable. It cannot be a ritual. It's a part of your Dhamma journey. And then pouring water into the baby Bodhisattva has to be understood as a ritual, because you could say you are purifying your thoughts. You could say different other things, but it's not mainly given in the text to do so. But I still encourage you to engage in temple activities, because I think it is better to do everything by understanding, this is something that I learned. This is something I understand as a ritual. A lot of people do them without knowing whether this is a ritual or a necessary thing to practice. I think if you know that, then it's okay. But if you don't know that, if you still go and then do it as a part of your practice, it might be a problem. All right. So let's now practice up especially our Pali reading class by transferring good karmas to the departed ones and sharing good karmas with the Devanaga. May all the good karmas be transferred to the departed ones. May they be well and happy. If they were reborn in a place of pain, may they be able to release from those places of pain. If they are already reborn in a place of happiness, comfort, may they be able to develop, improve those status of good life, and finally attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayu. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayu. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayu. May Deva Naga Mahitika also receive all these good karmas. May they share all these good karmas. May they be well and happy. May they protect and bless all of you for good health, quality of life, prosperity, and safety. In particular, may they bless you for your Dhamma journey. May you be able to consistently follow, maintain your Dhamma journey without any problem. Finally, may Devanaga Mahitika also attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu. Ittavatacha ammihi sampatang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabbasang patti sindhya. Ittavatacha ammihi sampatang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabbasang patti sindhya. Ittavatacha ammihi sambhatang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti sindhya. Akasatta cha bhummatta devanaga mahindika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhanthu kasasanam. Akasatta cha bhummatta devanaga mahindika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhanthu desanam. Akasatta cha bhummatta devanaga mahindika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhanthu mang paranti. Chirang rakkhanthu tvang sadati. In this endless sansaric journey, may we be in the company of Kalyana Mitras who can support us, who can deepen, maintain our Dhamma journey. May we be not in the company of the Papa Mitras who can pull us out of our Dhamma journey. Thinking thus, we're going to make a wish. Imina punya kamina mami bada samagamu. Satang samagamu hotu yavanimbana pattiya. Finally, may all the good karmas which we've been accumulating today be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana silis nichang vadha pachayin. Chattaru dhamma vaddhanti ayuvanno sukhang balang. Ayuvarokya sampatti sagga sampatti nivacha. Ato nibbana sampatti iminati saminjatu. Sadhu. With that, our OPRC So class is finished today. So I will be seeing you next Thursday at the same time.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much,
very much.
Bhante.
Good night.
Thank you,
Bye.
Bhante.
Evening,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you,
Have a nice evening.
Bhante.
Thank you,
Bhante.
Bhante.
See
Thank you,
ya. Thank you,
Bhante.
everyone.
Sadhu,
Bye-bye.
sadhu,
See you.
sadhu. Bye-bye. Take care,
Nice
everybody.
day.
Bye-bye.
See
Good
you
night,
tomorrow.
everyone. See you tomorrow. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Good
Bye-bye.
night,
Take
everybody.
care.
Thank you. See you, Karina.
Let's see you
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye.
Thank you, Bhante, for your
Good
time.
night. Good night.
Good night.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you.